Hello folks, thank you for coming to my channel again. This is the House of Baylord, and today I'm going to be talking about working in the financial discount broker side. My last my last video was about working at the call center side, so this is just basically expanding that. If that's what you want to do, you want to get into discount brokerage, you got to understand what is the requirements to do that. First of all, the education requirement. They will only accept anything from some post-secondary education. So if you have college or a university, if you graduated that, then that is the basically the basic thing you need. Also, and I'm talking directly just for Canada, okay, not the U.S. because their system might be a little different. But in terms of Canada, you need some further courses, and you can get them from the Canadian Securities Institute. They basically it's a school in the sense that caters specifically to the financial service in Canada. And the courses that you need to take is one, the Canadian Securities course. This is the course that teaches you all about the capital markets, stocks, bonds, and what have you. It's a very dry course, okay? You gotta understand it. Reading is it's a hard read. It's really hard to read. It's very boring, but it's a requirement. It's a basic requirement. After that, you need the contact practice and handbook. It's basically the ethics course. Teaches you the rights and the wrongs of because obviously in this business that can be abused quite a bit. So you need that. Now the Canadian Securities course, as of last updated, goes for $995, and the CPH goes for $725. Okay, so these two things are required. I'm not sure if you need something called the investment rep training course. Sometimes I'm not sure if I even took that, but that basically is $465. They might have an in-house training, so that might not be there. But if it isn't, then yeah, you'll probably take it. And if you want to further your career, which eventually you want to, you also need the derivatives, fundamentals, and online option trading course, basically the option licensing course. And that is actually quite pricey. It's $1,245. Now, the total cost of this is basically $3,438. The important part to understand is that you will get reimbursed if you get hired. So if you take the course, you obviously there's upfront costs. You got to pay for it, right? But once you pass it, usually your employer will pay you back. Obviously that's a pretty good bonus. Now, it also depends on the hiring cycle and how desperate they are for bodies, because sometimes if you did not graduate from the Canadian Securities course or the CPH, sometimes they'll still hire you. But bear in mind that there's obviously a 3-month probation, and you have to complete it within the 3 months or your employment is terminated. Okay, so bear that in mind. So if you don't have it, give it a shot. Apply anyways, right? If you have call center experience, the more power to you. Now, what is the pay? Why should you take all this, and what's the pay? It all depends on your skill sets, okay? So the pay range scale is between $40,000 to $50,000. And obviously the more skills you have, the more money you'll get. So my first thing is what do you hope to get out of this? Well, just to let you know, this job is not what you think it is, okay? If you're thinking you're gonna be like Bud Fox or something from Wall Street, you come in and you start trading around, you talk to hedge fund managers and what have you, that is not the case. Basically, a lot of your time is basically on the phone with retail investors, okay? And usually it's the same thing. They call it, and where's my money? The stock paid a dividend. Where did I get it? Because sometimes, even though it pays a dividend, it still takes some time for us to actually get the dividend and then reimburse it. Also, things like what happened to that trade? I placed a trade. How come it didn't get filled? And then you have to investigate. Sometimes they get called back from the back office and they want to relay that message concerning forms. A lot of problem solving, basically. That's all you do is problem solving, right? Not a lot of trades though, okay? Because what happens is the industry is trying to get away from you actually trading for the client, because if you do that and it's full commission. Also, if they do it by themselves, then it's usually a discount, a lot cheaper. So you want to get them to do it themselves. The reason for that is very simple. They want less people working, and they want to move everybody to the online platform. That way, you have less people working, you pay them less. I mean, not less, your cost center is less, okay? So that's where the industry is going. Now, also, one of the major things that you still need online trading is reorganization. Sometimes companies do mergers and they want to tender the offer to their existing shareholders. So they would call you and then you would take their request, their tender. And you need a license for that, okay? The biggest advantage that I can say why this industry still hires is because they so far, this is a regulated industry, okay? They can't contract this out to like American Express does to their call centers in India or something, because you need to actually trade, okay? So they still have to hire us. Now, where can it go? Where can this go? What opportunity does this job have? Well, you slug it out for maybe 2-3 years, then you can get into certain specialties. You could talk to higher end clienteles. They require more knowledge. Their investments are more sophisticated. Usually the retail guys with the lower net worth, they don't want to deal with bonds or specific exotic investments, let's say. So the higher net worth, they do. They're more hands-on approach. Also, there's margin calls, secondary GICs, all kinds of things. I can't think of the top of my head right now, but trust me. You could also, if you don't like to talk to people, eventually, and you're fast, you could go into the electronic trade desks, which I did for a while. And basically, you really don't talk to a lot of people, because a lot of orders that go through the trading floor, the trading desk, basically sometimes it gets kicked out, and they kick out to you. And the reasons why they kicked out is, one, they placed they basically want to write an option. Okay, they want to open a position, and sometimes it doesn't go through because they want to write a naked option. And so you have to calculate the buying power and the margin requirements, and there's a formula, and you have to do it fast, okay? Obviously, you have computer software that helps you, but the math you still have to do manually to approve of it, and it comes in a lot. Usually find out there's certain people that only do this, okay? So all option trades are kicked out, specifically not naked. Credit spreads are kicked out too, but you don't see a lot of them. Debit spreads, not so much, because the computer can determine it. Also, sometimes when an option that's just brand new, that's just traded, it's not keyed into the trading floor downstairs, so it kicks out. You have to call it downstairs, you get it, basically put in, and then re-enter it, okay? So sometimes that happens. Also, when we're looking at large, when I say large, $70,000 foreign exchange rate for the United States market, you get kicked out because you have to call the trade desk specifically for that. Also, what else is there? Oh yeah, shorting. We have to have the inventory. So sometimes client's short, he kicks out to us, we call down, and then either you approve it or you don't approve it, okay? It really comes down to that. And the key is that at the beginning of the day, either you have it or you don't have it, okay? They'll tell you that. So that's basically it. What else is there? Okay, so you've done that for a while. The next step is you might be able to get a team leader position. Now, what happens is that that's usually within 2-3 years, okay? It all depends. you basically are an assistant to the manager. Each team has a manager, and you handle the stuff that the reps need to free the manager to deal with higher level problems, things that need to be prioritized. So you take a lot of work off their hands, and you get exposed to leadership. Okay, that's pretty good. You get an extra $5,000, and after that, you're looking at management position. Also, I want to stress in terms of compensation, you also benefit from a bonus. That bonus is obviously calculated in terms of how profitable the firm's doing and your evaluation specifically. And that can range from anywhere from nothing to as high as $8,000 at the firm I specifically work for. And it all depends on whatever firm you work for, right? Now, what are the strategies to leave this job? And who can benefit from this job? Okay, let's look at this, okay? You are in a trading environment. You have access to all investments. You have access to people that you don't really talk to, specifically the full brokerage that's partnered with you. So you need to keep your eyes open because a lot of things that do happen you can pick up. If your firm doesn't have a Bloomberg terminal, I suggest you might want to look at another firm. It costs about $25,000. Was it $25,000 or 24, 25, whatever, a year just to have a Bloomberg terminal? That is very significant because if you want to really trade, it's not you're not looking at Yahoo Finance or some online thing you could look at. It's basically all information happens in the Bloomberg terminal. You could look at reports, you could look at recommendations, any information that moves stocks happens there. So obviously you want to learn it, but you want to obviously do it in your time off, or you can't be doing this when you're working. You should definitely learn that. And the beautiful part is the trade. They allow you to trade. Don't go excessively though on the job. People usually do that. If you're starting and you have a line of credit and you understand what margins work, make money off other people's money. Basically, that's the whole game. I basically made between $10,000 to $20,000 a year extra on top of what I make. Okay, specifically trading. So. If that's your thing, definitely go for it. It is definitely well worth it. Something to look at, okay? If that's what you enjoy. Thank you for listening to me, and if you like what you hear, please subscribe and make a comment. And thank you very much from me to you.